Hello everyone, how are you? Cheryl here. Thanks for joining me today on my YouTube Live. Today is October the 26th. I had to actually look at my computer to figure out what day it is. It's Halloween week, yay! And I'm coming to you live from Woodinville, Washington. My name is Cheryl Horvath and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today we are going to play with the new and then show you how to make the tags and how simple they are and how adorable they are. And then we're going to, oh, I'm getting an error. Then we're going to, I think I'm frozen. Then we're going to actually do some cards once I figure out what's wrong with my computer. Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. That's a bummer. I've never had that error message before. Open widget. I don't know what that means either. Isn't this fun? Live TV. I'm going to assume it's okay because my playback looks like it's okay right now. So if you are on here with me, leave me a comment and let me know if you're having trouble seeing me or if it's not buffering properly. I think it's okay. Sorry to waste you all that time. So we're going to go through the Love Santa tag kit. Now, I do want to say I'm so annoyed that it's actually not orderable right now because it's out of stock. And I reached out to Stampin' Up! This morning and tried to get a idea from them of when this kit would be back in stock. And I don't know, you guys, how many of you are just over this whole shipping fiasco? It's like, good Lord, I wish people would get it together. It's so frustrating to try to run a business and promoting things that actually can't be ordered. So very frustrating for me. But I had planned to do this tag kit today, and that's what we're going to do. I always buy two of everything. Well, not everything, but when it comes to the kits, I like to buy two because I like to play around with one and just screw around with it. And if I mess up, I mess up. And then I have a clean one that I can use for videos. So I'm going to turn my camera around. I have a brand new box here that I haven't opened yet. I just cut the seal on the plastic. And we're going to dive in. Now this kit, when it does become available again, which I'm pretty sure it will, she couldn't promise. She said it was definitely reordered, their stock, but she couldn't promise on when it was going to come in because of the stupid shipping stuff. So it is what it is. But so anyway, we're opening this box. Okay, so with this kit, it's $19 and it comes with its own stamp set and enough materials to make 12, is it 12? I think it's 12 tags. There's the flyer from my own kit. Yeah, so 3 of 4 designs is what you're going to be able to make. Now you've got this adorable stamp set right here too that can carry over into your other holiday card making. So I love these background images where when you stamp it, it's the background is the dark color of the ink and then the writing is in white. And I don't know, I really like that style of stamp. And so there's these two, and I'm going to show you how to do it without getting ink everywhere. Let's see, special delivery. You've got Merry and Bright, Merry Christmas, Joy. We've got some holly berries, a little pine cone bough, looks like, and a present. And the present's stamped up really cute too. I'll show you those. So there's your stamp set that you get with it. And you're going to get this cellophane wrapped. Oh, you also get this Night of Navy ink spot, which now I have several. I have a whole collection of ink spots. I just throw them in a drawer, and I use them for giveaways or whatever. Okay, so here we are. Looks like I might have a couple people online. Say hello. I hope the streaming's okay for you guys. There's no issues. Had a little hiccup there in the beginning. Today I just don't feel like I had my act together. I tried to get my technology up and running usually at least a half hour in advance just to make sure everything's good. And of course it wasn't. I actually had to reboot my computer, reboot my phone, and then reboot the software that I'm running this on so I could get 2 screens. So anyway. And then my buffering went out. You get a clear block in each kit too. So these are nice. I have a stash of these also. We're not going to use that one today. We're going to use my other clear box. You get some embellishments. These are the in color gemstones. So you've got the colors in this kit are going to be Polished Pink, Poppy Parade, Bumblebee, Just Jade, and Night of Navy. So those are all the ink colors. I grabbed all my inks of those colors to have handy so that we can use when we're playing. You get some dimensionals. You get some pre-cut. For those of you that don't have a die cutter or don't care for die cutting, these are pre-cut sentiment labels that you can use. And then you have 3 of each of these. So you've got 3 Christmas trees and 3 Santas, and then 3 tags and 3 little VW bugs. Isn't that cute? I love that one. Then you've got a sheet of yellow bumblebee colored sentiment labels. This has got a little scalloped edge to it, and this is just a rectangle. And then a couple of different accents that we're going to use on the tags. Scalloped circles, and then looks like just some scalloped edging. You can stamp on that too if you'd like. And last but not least, the glue dots, which we will also use. They include this piece of chipboard, and as for example, what they say you could do is test your stamp out on the chipboard first before you take it to your project. I, however, do lots of stuff with chipboard, and so I save these because they're really nice, sturdy, thick pieces, and I use them for making notebooks or calendars or sometimes little boxes. So I have a stash of these that I just set aside, and I keep those. And so I don't use that to pre-stamp on. I put my paper down and do that. Okay, so there's our kit. This is the instruction page that comes with the kit, and sometimes you can just look at the picture of the finished tag or the finished card, and you don't really need to follow the instructions. But for those of you that would like the step-by-step, they're very easy to follow. So for example, this is your first step. What it's telling you to do is to ink up your Love Santa stamp with this little square is your ink spot. That's what this is here. And then it's saying to put your stamp on the block and then stamp it onto the circle. And then these 2 little dots here, those are the glue dots. So when it's a dark solid circle, that means use the glue dot, not the dimensional. And then of course these 2 dots right here, they're hexagon shaped, I guess. Hexagon. And so that's what they mean there, is to use the dimensionals when you see those shapes there. So basically they're saying ink up your Love Santa and stamp it on the round circle, which is this right here. Then put 2 glue dots on the back of the stamped Love Santa and adhere it down to this scallop circle. Then you put the 2 glue dots, dimensionals on the back of the scallop circle and attach it to the front of Santa. Then it tells you on the very next step is to cut 12 inches of the twine, and then there's 3 little dots of images of gemstones. So it wants you to use 3 little gemstones. Can you see that? It's really hard to see on the Santa. And then they show you where they placed them. So they put one there, and then looks like the 3rd one is down here by his hand. So so it's as simple as that. So it's just really straightforward step by step. So let's get into it and let's start making one. Okay. gonna just set this up here so I can see it. I'm gonna put this aside. See, now I have two. Got a whole drawer full of them. All right, so we're gonna start with the Santa. These kits are great too for getting your kids involved in some holiday preparations. So, because they're fun and you have everything you need in one box. You don't have to worry about running off to get extra supplies. So the first things first, we have our Love Santa stamp, and we are going to punch out the round circle. That's not it. Here we go. And this is what we're going to stamp on. So what I learned when I was playing with this kit is it's very hard to stamp this circle when it's on a white or a light background, because you really want to get it centered. I wonder if I have one I can show you that I did that I messed up. Nope, I think I tossed it. But anyway, the first time I stamped this down, I stamped it off kilter, and so it was really noticeable that it was incorrectly stamped. So to fix that, I put it down onto a dark background. So there's my dark background, and hopefully I don't get ink on it. It's possible. Actually, I don't want to do that. So we're going to put this down. Now if we ink on that, it's okay. So and one of the tricks that I learned also when you're using stamps that are the solid background inked stamps is a really light hand goes a long way. So I don't know if you can see through here that I've got pretty good ink coverage. My block is dirty, but you can flip it over and see where there's a couple of sparse spots. So you can just tap, tap, tap lightly until you've got really nice coverage. And now take it to your, so I have to stand up because if I get this straight, it will be a feat, because it's really hard to line it up perfectly on this round pre-cut. So what you can do, I actually did pretty good, I think. Not bad. Actually, that's really good, except for I've got a little bit of sparse spots right there. So what you can do is, if that's too much for you, you can pull out your Stamparatus and just use plain white. We're going to clean this off. Place this down where you want it. Oops, I didn't clean it off very good. Let's do that. It's because we're using the photopolymer, we do want the foam mat inside. When you use red rubber, you take the foam mat out. So now we're just going to tap, tap, tap. I didn't try this, so I hope it works. And you have a very solid, crisp image with no spark. If you did have a splotch, you could restamp it, and that's the beauty of the Stamparatus. So now you're like, okay, well, I have this circle, but it's not punched out, and I believe it's a 1-inch circle. Nope, it's 1 1/4. I don't think I have a 1 1/4 punch. I have 1 1/2. So you could do, if you had a 1 1/2, it would be a bigger white border like that, and you could punch it out like that. Or if you have the circle dies, I'm sure one of these would fit. yeah. So that one would fit. The next one down, I think, is too small. That would give, I think that would give you no white border at all if we use that. Let's try it. I'm just taking this over to my emboss and cut machine, which is to my right. If you have the mini, it would work really good on that one too, because it's little. Cross your fingers. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that came out great. So this is, I think, the, what is this? This is like 1 1 1/8 size circle. And then this one is 1 3/8. So either of those would work. So the whole point of this was to just show you, if you couldn't get your hand steady enough to stamp perfectly on that circle that they provide you, then there's an option for you. That's all I was trying to say there. Okay, let's put this back. Put that back there. We don't need this out anymore. I have no comments yet. It looks like there's people, but no comments. If you're here, say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so we did our stamping. That. And now we need the scalloped green circle, which goes right there. So the difference in size, this is the one I stamped on the circle provided. And so it is kind of nice with the white border. So here's what I'm going to do. Do you guys have Stampin' Write markers? I do this trick all the time. This is the Night of Navy. Is it Night of Navy? Yeah, dark Night of Navy. And I'm just going to just very lightly, don't press very hard at all, just get a little bit ink to the paper in the light areas that misstamped. That's a comma, so we want to keep that. And there. Now you can't even tell that it was misstamped. Gosh, I got ink everywhere already. Okay, so we are going to take a glue dot and glue that on. And I like to use my, take your pick tool and just pick it up like that. Place it down. And then I pop it off with the same tool. Like so. And then we are going to use the dimensionals for the back. My lighting looks a little wonky today. And let's see. This says to put him right here, like so. So you want to make sure your dimensionals don't get too far to the right side because it will hang off a little bit. So we're just going to put that down like that. Now we need a couple of the gemstones. Right here. Come on. I love having nails, but sometimes they are a pain in the butt. Okay, so this I think says to use some of the lighter colored ones, because when they show you to use gemstones in other places, see, like here, they're colored versus down here, they're not colored. So there's really bright colored pink ones, then kind of a iridescent color, and then like a bumblebee, like a yellow. So when it's showing this color right there, I'm going to use these iridescent ones. I think that's how it's meant to be done. And I use my take your pick tool for that as well. And we are going to put them one here. And it looks like it wants another one right there. And a third one down here, but I don't like that. I'm going to put it right there. So now we have a little sparkle. Then it's asking for twine. Here we go. And it says 12 inches. I think that's too much. I like to minimize as much as possible, save on ribbon or twine. So the way I tie bows, I know you want to leave a long enough tie to put on your package. Oh, I bet it's because 12 inches would tie it around the treat bag nicely. So if you got the treat bags that go with this set, those are $7, I think, for 12 of them. They're super cute. I didn't order them because I spaced out, and I should have, but I didn't. So I'm only going to do about 8 inches because the way I tie my tags, you don't need that much. So I just fold it in half like so. Run this both ends through, bring it through, and pull it through the hole like that. There. And so now when I want to tie it on, I can tie it this way. So if you think you need more than 8 or 9 inches, then by all means do the 12, but I don't think so. Okay, so there's our first tag done. Super cute. I want to show you a couple of different things that I tried with my tags when I was working on these last night. And so this one, so you can see the difference. I added some black outlines around the areas of the Santa. See here, you can see how I misstamped it. See the white border? It's a little tricky to stamp that circle right on the circle punch. But so anyway, I just did a little black outlining of things. And then I took my black sponge dauber and I just daubed the edges of it so that the edges turned black. And let's see. Oh, I tried to heat emboss some gold embossing powder on that. And the way I did that didn't work very well. You can see the way I did it is I used a water brush, and I kept dipping it into my Versamark ink. This guy right here, this is the sticky ink. So I basically just kept doing this and trying to color this onto the belt buckle. And it kind of worked. It just didn't work as cleanly. The lines weren't as clean as I wanted them to be. But they do sell Versamark pens. I don't know if we sell it or not. But it's a pen that you can actually color, not with a brush, but an actual pen. You can color areas that you want to emboss. And they do sell those. I don't know if we sell them, but I know they are available. So anyway, here's kind of just a different take on it. The other one I made is just the same. Oh, I forgot the rhinestones, but yeah, so cute. Oh, and what we forgot to do is the to from. So I'm just going to stamp that in Night of Navy. And I should have stamped it before we put this on, because now we're not going to get a clean, of course it's upside down. Now we're not going to get a very good image, I'm afraid. Let's see. Oh, not too bad. Do this part first before you put any dimensionals on the front so that you have a nice flat surface to stamp onto. But it's nice that they made the to from one stamp instead of 2 stamps. So one less step you need to do. Okay, so this guy's done. Moving on, let's do the Christmas tree next. Kind of clean this up a little bit. And so the Christmas tree has stamping also. We're going to stamp Merry and Bright. stick that on there, and we're going to use the Night of Navy again. And we need the the yellow rectangle and the small white rectangle. So small white one is here, and the yellow one here. And we might as well get our tree out. Pitch that, pop that out. I got hair in my face. Okay, get our Mary stamp, which is right here. This is another tricky one because it's a big thick lettering. You have to go with a very light hand on this so that you don't I'll show you what I mean, so that you don't over ink it. So if I pressed just like I was normally pressing, just tap, 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 and you press down, so you get kind of leftover splotchy areas. You don't want that. So you want good coverage, but you don't want to press so hard that the ink gets into the crevices here. So just lightly, and I didn't do it very lightly because you can see there's a bunch of ink pooled up right there. Let me see if you don't press very hard, yeah. So you gotta just play with it a little bit. You get some scrap paper out, and sometimes if you tap on the outer edges, they're less juicy on your ink pad. And we're gonna go for it. Hopefully my head's not gonna be in the way. Stand up again. So I'm just lightly pressing and holding it for a little bit to let that ink really absorb. And there. Not bad. It's not centered perfectly, but we could actually fix that if we wanted to and just trim off a little bit. But it's fine. That doesn't bother me. So there's the Mary, and then we need the Anne Bright, which is right here. And again, a light hand, especially with the Night of Navy, it's so strong. Where did my little rectangle go? Here it is. There. Okay. So let's see. These go. It's telling me to, oh, it's good that I actually stamped it up top because that's going to go on top of it. Out of the way. So what it's saying to do is to put 2 little dots on let's see. What does it want me to do? It wants me to put 2 dots right here up on the Mary. And I lost my dots again. Here we go. So we'll just put one there and one there. So then we're going to take that off. And then we're just going to put this off center a little bit, like so. Then we're going to take the little red trim piece which is over here. Pop this guy out. And let's see, now it's saying that we need to put some dimensionals on the back of the, oh no, I did it wrong. It actually wanted me to, interesting. So I think, well, you know what, I'm just going to wing it. I don't think there's really a wrong way. So I think this is ideally how it's supposed to look, and I think that I should have probably popped up this white piece with dimensionals. What did I do on my other one? I did on this one, I did. So this Merry and Bright is popped up with the Merry underneath it, which I can still do. Honestly, there's it should not be this much fuss. So we're going to put 2 glue dots here. And we're going to put this down right here. Then on the back of this, we're going to use one-dimensional, 2-dimensionals. I will say those instructions were not the clearest. And so that's going to go, oh, we need to put this down. So this needs glue dots also. So that's going to go like that. And then this is going to go like so. Okay, that was harder than it needed to be. That was my fault though. Now for the bling. Looks like they want you to use 2 big pink ones, a small pink one, and 2 yellows. So 2 big pinks, and they are going in the white open spots on the Christmas tree. So here's a white dot. We're going to put one there. And let's see, there's too many pinks up there, so we'll do a pink down here, and then a yellow will go here, another yellow here, and then one more pink. Now you could just do whatever you wanted. You could even do clear rhinestones if you wanted. And then I brought in from my cute Halloween suite, I brought in these little stars, and I just added a little bling to the star, like so. Then you've got your trim. Again, I'm only going to cut about 8 or 9 inches. Oh, darn it. You know what we didn't do again? Let's see if we can get a flat spot right here. There. So you've got your 2 from. JW, I don't know why there are not more options or kits for gift tags. I'm always needing them in the holidays and do not like the ugly ones from the stores. Thanks so much. Yes, I agree. You could, the kits are nice for tags for sure. The tag kit that we had last year was awesome. I loved that kit. I wish they would have brought that back. So here's our Christmas tree. I didn't do any crazy stuff to it. Oh, I did on this one. So the second one I made, I cut out a tag. So this is from our Trio of Tags die set, and it comes with the little pieces that you can cut out the reinforcement. So that's what this thing is right here. So I used the largest tag, and then I used this piece and cut that out of Poppy Parade, and I embellished it quite a lot with some bling, but I used the rhinestone basic jewels, and then I put Mary, and then I did a bright red Christmas, and I thought this turned out really cute too. and then you got your to from on the back. And I use the gold elegant trimmings twine. Silver would have been pretty too, but that's just a different take on a tag. Just throw a tag on the back of it and it's kind of cute that way. Okay, so that's that. Let's move on to what I think a lot of people call their favorite one, is this VW bug. Like so. There's not a lot going on with him, just one little stamp for special delivery. Where's that one? Marion Bright. Where's my special delivery stamp? It's still on the card. Okay, so we're just going to mount this. We're going to get a little rectangle sentiment, this guy, and then we also need the pink trim piece, which is this guy right here. Also in the Night of Navy, oh, I didn't use my stamp pad for that, but it turned out okay. So now we're just going to, it says to put 2 glue dots on the back of the pink. Don't forget to stamp the 2. Oh, thank you. I was about to do it. Let's see, I'm going to put that right there. I just lost my pink piece. Here it is. And it wants this to be with the fringe side down right over the top of that headlight. So it's peeking off the side a little bit, like so. And then it wants dimensionals on the back of this guy. Like this. And this is going to go on top, just offset a little bit like that. Then it does want a little bit of white bling. And where do they put the bling? It looks like it's 1, 2, 3. I don't necessarily always agree with where they add the bling, but we'll follow directions. There's 1, and then 2, and 3 up here. Cut our twine, and this card and this tag is done. I'm going kind of slow, but you guys could whip these together in no time. We're going to do that last tag, and then I'm going to show you some cards, fun cards that you could make if as alternates if you didn't want to use your kit for tags. Although who wouldn't want to use them for tags? They're so cute. Some people go all out and do super coordinated tags for all their gifts giving. Like they'll buy all of the same color wrapping paper and all the same color bows, and then all the tags match and coordinate. These are kind of fun, especially for maybe packages that are solid in color, like all red or all green. These would really pop on the package. Even a white package with red bow would be pretty with these. So there, this one's done. Set that up there. Last one for the tag is going to need this piece here. Come on. Careful with that. And we are going to do more stamping. So we need our tag. When I first saw this, it reminded me of like an ornamental, had like an Asian flair to it. So we need the evergreen. Now, if you wanted to change out, instead of doing the navy to the just jade for the evergreen bow, you could do that too. I did one yesterday, an evening evergreen. Okay, so this just says stamp it almost straight up. Oh, that doesn't look like I got very good coverage, does it? There. So this is almost straight up. Like so. Oh, I didn't get good coverage. Good thing it's going to get covered up. Sometimes when your ink pad is like extra wet, extra juicy, the ink bubbles up on it and doesn't go down. Oh, and I didn't use my stamp and my stamp pad. That could be why I got some of that sparse area. So then this is, they're just going to use the glue dots on this. You could pop it up with dimensionals, but the joy I think is going to get popped up. So let's just glue it straight down this time. They're saying to start all of your Christmas shopping early, and I'm trying to decide if that's just a gimmick or if we are really truly going to be in trouble with our shipping. It just makes me so angry that to see all those containers sitting out off the coast doing nothing. Some of them actually fell in the water. There's like 40 containers because we had that big storm out west, out here, and there were like 43 containers that flipped off the boat. You just imagine if like your stuff was in there. How pissed off would you be? Oh man. Okay, so we got all those off. Come on. Gonna put him down. Try to cover up my bad stamping here. Put him down like there. Then we need a little postage stamp in the yellow. And then we need a square one. Actually, it's not square, it's just rectangle, but fatter than the other ones we were using. So that's going to go on there like that. We're going to use our Joy stamp, which I have right here. We're going to remember to use our stamp pad this time. And put down some scrap, just so that I don't mess up my ink pad. Yes, they are big enough they can be seen and read easily. Agreed. Did I put the to from on here yet? Nope, we need to do that too. Okay, so here's again another solid. See how it's not covered very well? Sometimes I like to do a little twist, but let's just test it first. Not bad. We're going for it. I think the matte underneath really helps. So there's that. And then we need the to from. We'll stick that just right there. Now, for those of you that have other craft supplies on hand, it might be easier to just use this guy than the glue dots. I love the glue dots for certain things, but sometimes they're just tedious. So I'm going to jump over to my Stampin' Seal tape. It just goes faster, if you ask me. But the purpose of having these all-inclusive kits is you're not supposed to have to add anything to it, which is why you try to use the glue dots. But if you are in your craft room and you've got all the other supplies, you might as well. So this is just going to go right here. I think this one's really pretty. I don't like the purple, or sorry, the pink. I don't like the pink with it. So I'm going to use the iridescent. I could have pulled out, I've got some red gems, red rhinestone gems. I could have pulled those out, but we're just going to do it this way. And I feel like it needs a couple more. Whoops. Let's use that one. Put a yellow one in there and a yellow one up here. So there's that. How am I doing on time? Oh my gosh, almost an hour. I have been kind of lollygagging. I'm going to show you the one I made last night. Okay, so this is completed. This is by the book. And then I did one last night where I used my black and white baker's twine, and then I took my black Stampin' Write marker, this guy right here, with the marker end, and I just outlined the berries and put an outline there. And let's see, that's about all I outlined. You could actually outline the joy if you wanted to. I like to just mark things up and just get kind of creative with it. You could even do little dots here just to give it a little bit more character. So those are the two. What happened? I wonder how long it's been like that. Those are the two different ones that I did. So here I've got the clear gems, basic rhinestones with outline in the marker, and then this one was by the book. So there's that. Okay, so there's all 4 of our tags. So let me show you them all in one. These are all made according to the plan. Get some of this stuff out of the way so that you can actually see and not all my junk. So these are the 4 tags that you make. There, if you make all of them, you will have 3 of each, so a total of 12. And they've got the cute little to from in the back. These are really sweet. They're actually really cute. Then this is an alternate with the tag on the background like that. This is kind of an alternate. I did use the baker's twine, the black and white on him, and I did a little bit of black outlining. Don't mind the gold embossing, that didn't really work. And then I didn't do anything different on the special delivery because he's just kind of cute the way he is. You could actually outline the presents in black too if you wanted to see how that looked. Then for the joy tags, this is in the Night of Navy, but I stamped off the second one. I don't really like it, how it turned out. This one I stamped with Evening Evergreen, and I kind of like that one. This one's the same, and this one is the same. So obviously I'm mixing 2 kits. There's 3, so I'm missing my other guy, but we're gonna make a card with him. So I'm not gonna do a ton of cards. I'm just gonna show you that these kits are fun and versatile if you don't want the tags. And the stamp sets obviously can go a long way too, and I'll show you those. So the first card I'm going to make is going to be with the Christmas tree, and I'm pulling together some Poppy Parade from the Brights 6x6 Designer Series paper, and I'm choosing to use the plaid, and then this is just a plain white card base. So what I thought we'd do is, let's glue this down. This is cut 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is from the sweetest, here it is, Stitch So Sweetly. Stitch So Sweetly dies. I used the largest one to cut that out. So we're just going to glue this down. Oh, I could use that side too. That's kind of cute. I like the plaid better. Boy, did everybody go bonkers this year with the gingham, the black and white plaids, and oh my gosh, you go into Target or where was I the other day? Michael's. And it's like everything is accented with that black and white gingham print. It's crazy. And then our paper pumpkin kit this month has the green plaid gingham on it. And then we're just going to set this right there in the center. Like so, lay that flat. We are going to put some gems on the sky. And I'm going to pull out my, I have backups of this because I use them a lot, especially for Christmas. So I'm going to do all clear gemstones. Just put them in the white spots, like so. What do we want to stamp on this guy? Oh, and I want to put a, oh, you do an iridescent, oops. I'll do an iridescent star up on him. And these are from the Cute Stars, the Cute Halloween suite, if you purchase that this season. So that's going to go like this, and we're going to pop him up with some dimensionals. And we're going to put him straight on, but a little bit up, because we're going to add some presents. That's cute, just like it is. But we are, what I did was I used this stamp, the present stamp. Can you guys see it? I used that, and I cut out a bunch of presents that we're going to, that's not cut very good. Take that one away. That we are going to put under the tree. Just like so. Like that. So we need some more dimensionals, but I think I'm going to use the minis. If you guys have the mini dimensionals, they're great for smaller spaces, or you can cut these dimensionals, the big ones you can cut down. So we're going to just put like random towards the bottom of the package, because it's going to lay on top of the tree, which is already raised up. Can you tell us about the tweezers? So I don't know. I've always used tweezers. I think Stampin' Up! Should sell tweezers because they're just, it makes it so easy to, sometimes when you're trying to put something down in place, your hands are actually in the way. They're in the way, like blocking your vision of where exactly you want to place whatever it is you're placing. And so what I found is that if you take a tweezers, you can manipulate it without your hand really getting in the way of where you're trying to place it. So I often use tweezers just for that reason. But I also just, I don't know, it's like something I just started doing and never stopped. And then there's a tweezers that I also use religiously when I'm tying bows. And that is this one here. And this is well loved. It's the EK Tools reverse tweezers. So you can use it to hold your ribbon when you're tying a bow, which is really nice. So for example, should we tie a bow on this? Well, let's try it. This might look stupid and I might have to cut it out, but just to show you. So say we were doing this, tying a bow at the top of this tree, and you can, this isn't a very good example because the knot's kind of holding itself already, but if you were trying to tie a bow on the front of your card, you can hold down the knot with the, clamp it with your tweezers, and then it's like your third hand, and then you tie your bow. And then you pull the tweezers away. Oh my gosh, it's pouring down rain again. There. Not sure it's okay. Maybe it's a little too long. Doesn't really show up very much, but we'll leave it. Okay, we don't have a sentiment on this card yet. And what I did was, I don't know if you guys ever do this, I save my old paper pumpkin type ephemera, I guess it's pre-cut things. Like, I don't remember what kit this came from, but I didn't use very many of them, and I thought, well, these will come in handy. So I just kind of keep them in front of me, like near my scraps and stuff, to have on hand. And what I did was this one, I wanted to use the Mary, but it didn't fit on this size of the sentiment that came included in the kit, but it fits perfectly on this one. So I pre-stamped that already. So we're just going to put Mary, and then what do you guys think about should we put Christmas? I think we should. Christmas is right here. Yeah, it's raining. Raining good. Thank you. So, what should we do? Should we put it on the red, a piece of red trim? Do I have any more? I don't. Let's use just a piece of Poppy Parade. I have a scrap. I did have a scrap handy. So let's just do this. That will match nicely. So we're going to, should we do it in the Night of Navy? Let's just stamp Christmas. And then I'm going to use my long scissors. I don't want to flag it because the top end's already flagged. And that's going to fit right in between those two gemstones I already put down. So there, that's cute. You know, it would be cute maybe in yellow too. but I like it. So let's put this down. See, I stamped, got too juicy. I actually really like this card, how it turned out. Really cute. I was starting to fret about my own Christmas card stash of not really having a lot made yet, but as I do these videos, and now I'm doing more Christmas videos, I keep just adding to my stash of Christmas cards. So before I know it, I'll be in good shape. This is super cute. What do you guys think? I like it. And then if you wanted to do something on the inside, you could grab a piece of white. Is this the right white? Yeah. So let's cut that down to 4 by 5 1/4. Which will go right in there, and then we're going, and I like it because I just like it. I like to have another panel inside. I just think it makes it look more finished. So now we're going to use our little Christmas tree, which is right here. And we are going to do just a sideline of presents. The only trouble is now we got to get out all the stamp inks. I'm just going to do so. What I never do is open all these at once, just because this many ink pads open is bound to be a disaster, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to do it this way. All right. Do a little shimmy shake here on this ink pad, and we're just going to randomly put presents down the side. Cute. Let's see, I haven't used the pink yet. I didn't clean that off very well because now I got blue in my pink, but we're going to go back to the jade and do that. So now you can pick a sentiment from any of your stamp sets that you have. The stamp set, since we put Merry Christmas on the front, you don't want to put Merry Christmas again on the inside. So you could use, what do I have handy? I was working with these earlier, so thinking of you this festive season. May the magic and wonder bloom this holiday, warm wishes from our home. Let's do that one. This is a much loved stamp set also, warm wishes. This was, I got this last year and it's still around. It's in the annual catalog, but it has some beautiful dies with it too. It's a great set. I'm using it again this year. So we'll just put this up. Let's do Night of Navy. And I hope that's straight because I didn't have my head over the top of it. Oh, not bad. Okay, cute. So let's put some adhesive on the back of this. And that's the other thing. I see a lot of card makers use a ton of adhesive on their cards. And you guys really don't need that much. And it's, where'd my card go? There it is. You really don't need that much. Like I just put a strip here and a strip here. I mean, because let's face it, these cards, in some special occasions, you might have somebody that keeps them. But if I were a betting woman, I'd say that they're probably going to get pitched after the holidays are done. So it's not like they need to hold up forever. So I would, less is more in terms of that. And just, I mean, It's what, like $6 or something to refill one of these. And anyway, Merry Christmas card, warm wishes from our home to yours, with cute little presents on the side which match the front. Isn't that cute? I like it. Okay, the other one I was going to do, which I'm probably not going to, because do I even have anybody online anymore? We're at an hour right now. So this is paper that I pulled from the Playful Penguins paper, and I think it's Misty Moonlight, but it coordinates good enough with this. So I was going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4, my favorite measurement. And then I was going to put it on a card base, like so. Put this little snowflake on there. And then I need to cut this off. I saw somebody do a card where they used a similar darker blue background and they did a ombre. They used an ink blender and ink blended the top to be a little bit darker blue, so it kind of looked like a night sky. But I like how this looks, and I would even maybe, oh, I wonder what that would look like. Let's cut this piece down by 1 more 1/4 inch. So now it's going to be 3 3/4 by 5. This is totally on the fly, guys. 3 3/4 by 5, and then I'm going to grab a piece of Just Jade to put behind that. If I can find my Just Jade. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to grab this piece here. My gosh, I can't believe all those inks are still sitting wide open, ready for me to put my elbow in. I'm going to cut this down to just 1/8 of an inch bigger than this. So what did I say? That was 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to go 3 5/8. By 4 7/8, if that makes sense. I just want a teeny weensy little border behind it. Oh my gosh, what did I do? I totally cut that wrong. Let me just remeasure this. What on earth did I do? So 4 7/8, that's right. Right. No, that's wrong again also. Hold on, please. So that's 5. Oh, I need it a bigger, not smaller. Good job, Cheryl. Okay, so now we're cutting it by 5 1/8. I just went the other way. We're cutting it by 5 1/8 by 3 3/4 plus 1/8. Hopefully that's right. Yeah. So that now it's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 here. And then this is going to layer right on top of that with just a teeny tiny border, which I like a lot. And then that's going to go down like so. We'll pop up the little bug. We'll put the snowflake down, shiny side up. And then we'll use this guy again. And then we're going to want something red, don't you think? To accent that. So we'll put the Mary. Oh, we didn't do Joy. Joy would be kind of fun. We could do Joy. Let me think about this for a second. We could cut a white border around this. Let's do that. And then we'll put Joy on the yellow. How wide is this? I still have you guys with me. Hang in there. So that's about an inch. So I'm going to go 1.25 inches. And just trim this. So now we have this little yellow piece on the white to make it pop. And we'll do this. What do you guys think of that? With the Joy right here. And the Night of Navy. We're going with it. I need to test. Oh, it worked. Okay. Here goes nothing. Anybody have an opinion on this? I don't like it. Don't like it. Going back to the Mary. We're going to put the Mary on here, and let's do just Jade. Ah, I tapped too hard. Just a light hand. There we go. Not perfect, but it'll work. So then we're going to do this, and then how about Christmas in red ink? Just on a little one of these guys. Red. Poppy Parade. Cute. So obviously that's not all glued down, but I won't do that. But that's how this card would look. And then if you wanted to decorate the inside, you could take a strip of this green and this Misty Moonlight that you should have left over, and you could pop that along the bottom with a piece of the Just Jade. You could do this just to tie it all together. Put that down there like that, and with your sentiment here. Cute. So there's another example of a really cute card you could make with this tag set. I really hope this comes back into stock for you guys. Like I said, I will use all of my pieces. Not on camera right now, but I will. I have a lot of packaging that I need to do this year, so definitely it was a good value for me. Okay, I'm way over my hour. Thank you for joining me, if you're still here. If you are still here, I'd love for you to, like and subscribe. Share my video if you'd like, or tag somebody that you think might enjoy watching this. And let's see, next week I will be in my southern favorite place, my happy place down in Surprise, Arizona. I'll be there for a couple of weeks, and so I'll be trying to go live there. I need to figure out what I'm going to do in terms of what I will showcase. So if you guys have any ideas or any requests, let me know. I'd be happy to oblige if I could. And yeah, that's it. Hope everybody's staying dry, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.